Hey you guys, I am in our new old garage, new old scary garage, doing a little drum carting today. I don't know if you can hear it, it's so much quieter than it used to be. I have an old, very old Duncan drum carter, and I'm going to show it to you here in just a second. I might as well show you the horrific garage we've got here too. It's probably close to original to the house, 1940s maybe. It also is structurally damaged, and so its lifespan is limited to just the length of time that we can have it here until we can afford to tear it down. There was a car accident inside this garage, and so the beams are not resting on what they should be resting on. They're resting on an interior wall. So it's a little scary, just a little scary. So I'm going to show you the drum carter, then I'll give you a little tour of the garage. Alright, so this is the Duncan drum carter. You can see right here is the name brand. This is the original one, but about 2-3 years ago I had it refurbished by the original owner's son. Does it on, and it's not his day job, it's his evening job. But this is a brand new motor. The old one had gotten old and worn out. Plus he gave me a new brush pad. What is that stuff? I don't remember what that's called, but the carding pad, the sticky uppy parts, he gave me a brand new one up. So then this thing, which is an engineering marvel, and I'm pretty sure he gave me new belts, but it is so quiet. It used to be so noisy, and it's not anymore. The way this works, I'm going to see if I can do this one-handed, is you take your cleaned fiber, and I do it cleaned because I don't want a whole bunch of grease in my drum carter. And I pick it, so I need 2 hands for that, but I pick it, and that means I open up the loft of the fiber and get rid of some of the vegetable matter. As you can see, there's like a big piece of grass in there. And then I lay it down. So let me pause here while I pick this, and then I'll show you how I load it into the machine. So I've picked this chunk of fleece apart, and if you can see how much vegetable matter came off of it just from the picking process right here. And then what I do is I take just little chunks, and you line them up to the liquor. And the liquor is the first card, and it brushes up against the big drum, and it combs this stuff into straight fibers that will form a batt and be ready for spinning. You can spin off this batt. I normally do at least 2 passes before I consider a batt lofty enough and aligned enough, ready to go. But this is off to a customer who asked for it. I can show you what I pulled off of it. This is an orange fleece that had gotten just a tiny bit felted when I dye it. And so I ran it through the drum carter, this is twice. And that's how aligned the fibers are. These are nice long ones from some of the material that I sell. This is, what is this? Romney Dorset Rambouillet, I think. Something like that. But it's a blend, and it's a very long staple. It's the same fiber that they use at Pendleton Woolen Mills, but that's not where I get it. Alright, so this is running. I'm going to finish this, and then I'll show you how I deal with the batt. Okay, so if you can see, this is starting to put up little short tufts. It's not carding as good as I would like it to. So that means it's time, oops, sorry about that. It's time for it to do my first pass off the wheel. And just so you know, this is Jacob Churro fleece from the Portland Community College flock. I hand wash this, and normally every year we send it off to the mill, or we have had in the past. We haven't had enough money during COVID. And so next I'm going to lift this off, and sadly I'm going to have to confess something here. I'm using a non-approved tool to get this off. And the reason is because, don't tell my husband, is because my Doffer is missing. It's probably packed in a box somewhere. So I have raided his tools and found a drill bit to do this with. I will be gentle with both it and my plate here because I don't want to cut it. But I run something sharp and lined across this plate, and then I'm going to roll it off the, come on you. I'm going to roll it off of the wheel. So I'm going to run to the back. So I need to get either a new doffer or find my old one. My old one is a bit sharp, so getting a new one wouldn't be a bad thing. There. There we go. So see, I've got most of it off. I want these disconnected from each other because what's going to happen next, and excuse my one-handedness, one of these days I'll get out here with a tripod so you can see this. Excuse the extra equipment. That's a printer, big old printer that's coming in that, watch this space, you'll see it soon. So I'm going to get this ready, pull up as much as I can. Now this is where the doffer would be really handy because I really can't get between these. I'm going in at an angle, and if I had my sharper doffer, this wouldn't be so tight. There. Come on, get off there. There. All right, so what I do is I roll this in. I'm going to roll it up. I'm going to fold this side in and this side in. Really hard. This is a two-handed operation normally. Fold it in, and then I roll it. And I'm going to roll this off the wheel, pulling as I go, and trying to get as much of the fiber as I can. Now granted, I would be keeping this bundled up, but because I only have one hand, I cannot. But there we go. There's round one of a batt. Pull this off, see it there? Now, and can you see why I'm going to need to run this again? This is for a 4-ounce batt I'm planning on sending off. And so I need to make sure that it's 4 ounce finished. There. There's round one of the batt. And I'm going to shake this a little bit, and I'm also going to, I will pick this again. I'll pick this again before it goes through the drum carder, and probably a third time since this one's got so much vegetable matter. I'm going to run it 3 times. Three times, and hopefully it will look great. I'll show you after round 2 and after round 3. And then I'll also talk about the part. Here we are after round 2. I'm also going to show you the liquor. So this is the drum. That's the liquor. I don't know what this is called. It's the brush. I think it's called the brush. And then, of course, we have the wheels and the gears. And the motor. The motor's back here now. This is my new motor. But if you can see, blending 2, it's a lot smoother. There's more loft in here. I barely got the batt through again. But there's still some vegetable matter. And although this process is not going to get rid of all of it, it will definitely improve. So I'm going to take my pretend doffer, run it along here, and pull this batt off, and I'll show you what it looks like. All right, and this is carding number 3. It's even softer. You're still, you know, I told you after even 3 cardings, you're going to find bits of vegetable matter. And you will. They're just in there. And then this is just little short bits that didn't quite get caught on the liquor. I'll just remove those. But that is the 3rd round, and I'm just going to pull off the shorts, and I can card them again with more new fleece to see if they'll come out, but otherwise this is the final card. And I'm going to turn it into a batt, and I'll show you what it looks like. And the final batt. I'll show you both sides. So there, everything is roughly running in the same direction. This is a very, the Jacob Churro is a fairly short fleece, staple length. I'll show you. And it's also a bit variable. So there's a staple length. It's just a couple of inches. I don't know if you can see that. Just a couple of inches in staple length. So not like some of the longer, fancier ones. For example, this one is just got quite the staple length. I find, though, that a shorter staple length is easier for young spinners who don't have a lot of experience. Medium staple length is the way to go. So I'm going to roll this up and put it into a bundle. I'll roll it up like that, put it into a bag, and we'll get this ready to go to its owner. Hey, this is Future Tina. I wanted to give this video some closure. I bundled that up after I was off the video and mailed it off, and it should today or tomorrow be with its new spinning owner. And then promptly the day after, I got on a plane and I am now down in Arizona. Do you recognize the backdrop? this is the final trip. Well, no, this is not the final trip to Arizona. I will be back down again with a friend staying at their place, but this is my final trip to my place in Arizona. Grayson and I have come down to pack it up as it has sold. We sold it because we have too much to do in the new house. So we are consolidating houses, and winter will be in Oregon. Wish me luck. Let's hope we have an extremely warm winter. It's been a nice warm summer, so maybe I'll be lucky. Or I'll get trapped in my house for a week. That's probably more the...
That's not how that works.
No, I mean trapped in the house in the winter.
Yeah, you don't get warm summer and warm winter.
Yeah, I know. Doesn't that suck? But I did calculate like about how much it costs us to run this place every year. And it could be quite a nice vacation in the winter somewhere. So maybe, fingers crossed, that the money pit doesn't suck us dry and we can figure out some sort of a fun winter adventure that I could take you all on. Anyway, that's it. The next video is probably actually not going to even be from here. I've just been packing and cussing a lot at finding things that have been saved that shouldn't have been saved, and wondering, you know, it doesn't surprise me when I find a tote of fabric, but it does surprise me when I find 4 mice on my husband's desk. You know, that sort of hypocritical. No, it's, yeah, not real mice, computer mice. But, you know, that sort of hypocritical moaning that one does. Anyway, I will, I haven't said this in a while, actually. If you like this video, like, subscribe, ring the bell, because I've not been very regular of late, so just relying on coming and looking every Sunday and Wednesday is not your best bet. Your best bet is getting notifications. So why don't you ring that little bell, and then you'll know when I've made a new video and put it up. I'll see you at least next Sunday, and maybe I'll try to do Wednesday again, which I have failed at this week. Bye!